It is Tunisia to kick off from right to left. Center referee is Stefan. Blows the whistle, and now Mauritius can attack from inside their territory. Carrying it hard is Romain Rivala. Well secured there by Mauritius. It's the first phase of play. Goes out to the wing. Is brought down. Does not need to release since he wasn't held. Well secured and now recycled. A quick recycle from the Mauritius forwards at the wing. Very strong carry. Fends off the first man. Fends off the second one. Is brought down. I am Ramani. Or rather Cedric D. Hotman is brought down. And we can see Adrian Rivaland calling for calm for the players to get the game going. But he needed to have released that ball, Cedric Dotman.
A bit of miscommunication. Mauritius and Tunisia were not sure who was supposed to have that penalty. Mauritius are not a well-known rugby nation, but one thing I do know is they do play a lot of touch rugby in Mauritius, so we can expect some good ball handling skills and probably silky footwork from the Mauritian players.
And yeah, we can see that show and go from the middle territories of the game. Carries into contact there. Alexis Mayer sets it for the recycle. Very, very long pass by Adrian Rivaland. He's a big man, but his role today has been to just transfer the ball. There's players flying in all over their feet. The Mauritians get the chance to restart on that counter. And now Adrian Rivaland this time. Oh, he chooses to carry again. Sends it to the small man, Romain Rivaland, who carries it straight into contact and is brought down by a strong tackle from Hussein Kalfi. He loses the ball in contact to Hussein Kalfi, and it will be a scrum feed for the Mauritians. Javier Charou to feed. His opposite number there is Zied Hajrouma. Zied Hajrouma, an experienced figure in the Tunisian side, especially with the sevens.
Okay, referee resetting the scrum, but Tunisia looks to have pulled it down.
There will be a reset there.
And another reset.
That was Bahedin Abid. Bahedin Abid is an under-20 youngster. He showcased last week at the under-20 Bats Trophy in Nairobi. Very, very strong performance from the Tunisians to finish 5th.
Quick start by Mauritius. They lose the ball in the contact, but the referee is not happy with Tunisia as they were not back 10 at the free kick and Mauritius still have the ball. And I think you'll find that Tunisia and Madagascar probably have a number of players from their under-20 sides that played in Kenya last week.
Long ball out wide by Romeo Gale, doesn't find anyone. It finds grass, is well recycled by Cedric Dotman. Tackled, very strong tackle there by the Tunisians. And the ball has been turned over. It is Osama Baya with the ball in hand. And now out to Zied Hajrouma, who carries it into contact. Referee says ball is open, turnover has been completed. But someone needed to have come through the gate, says the referee. And now Tunisia can continue to attack. Back to the blind side. Oh, they needed to get back to the mark for that quick restart.
Yeah, Tunisia is going to be very physical because Mauritius lack that physicality. So Tunisia is putting in hard tackles.
Back to the blind side, and that's a very, very beautiful offload in contact for the first try of the game, scored by Zied Hajrouma. It is Tunisia 5, Mauritius 0. What a beautiful try that was.
Yeah. Very easy work for Tunisia. Just moving the ball through their hands, straightening the line, and punching through the Mauritian defense. Mauritius have to get in their first time tackled and need to be supporting the tackle at all times because Tunisia can run hard. They've got good ball handling skills. They've got good offloads. And they are fighting for a place in the trophy category.
And that conversion is good.
7 points.
7-0. Tunisia against Mauritius. They lead midway through the first half as we get the first run of substitutes in this game.
You get the feeling that that first try was perhaps the beginning of the what would probably be floodgates for Tunisia.
Very good reception from Mauritius. Strong carry to hoist Romain Rivaland into the air, and he moves forward, carrying the ball into contact. The player on the ball, Rivaland needs to release the ball. And Bahedina beat the youngster, earns the turnover for Tunisia. But that was a very, very strong kick and very skillful kick receipt there by the Mauritians, wasn't it?
Yeah, reminds us of Beast when he would hoist his players up for the kickoff reception.
Tendai Mtawarira, a prop who is very unfamiliar with this format of the game, the short chord sevens. But the skills are transferable between the chords, both 15s and 7s. And now let's see. Tendai Beast Mtawarira was a master at the line out. Let's see what Tunisia will be able to do with the first line out of this game. Could be among the first or 5 or 3 line outs we've seen in the entire tournament so far.
Yes, the thing about sevens is there are very few lineouts. It's mostly scrummages and penalties and open play. Very good lineout by Tunisia.
Short ball, what a line!
Textbook move.
By Radwana Mami, that's a beautiful line. Linking up with Ziyad Hajruma, the try scorer for the first one. And Tunisia are over again, but that was a very, very beautiful line. And a very sweet pass for him to hit it. And extend Tunisia's lead to 12-0. Wow.
This is beautiful sevens from Tunisia. Simplicity, and the opening passages of the game had Mauritius with most of the possession. Tunisia weren't seeing the ball. And now that Tunisia has the ball, they're showing what they've got. And I warned after the first try that this could be the opening of the floodgates. And barely a few seconds later, Tunisia dotted down under the post. And currently the score is at 14-0.
If that was the opening of the floodlights, I think Radwan Hamami is the tap that will open those floodgates, because what a line that was.
Yes, and remember, all teams are looking to score as many points as possible so that they get good rankings, so that they will play what they hope is a weaker team. So Tunisia will be looking to add on a lot more points at present. Short kickoff, but a mistake by Tunisia. That is a knock-on at the 10, and so Mauritius will have the scrum feed, the last play of the first half. This will be a chance for Mauritius to make their way up the pitch and score a point, and score some points to cut the current score. But I think it will be hard going. Tunisia have realized that Mauritius are weak at the contact area, and so they are putting in big tackles and contesting fiercely at the rucks. Some good play by Mauritius. They're able to keep the ball and they're moving it from touchline to touchline. Nice offload there. They're slowly breaking apart the Tunisian defense. This is some good, strong running, but still Tunisia managed to get the man down. This is some very patient play by Mauritius, and it's looking good, but they need to gain more ground than they're presently doing. Slow ball.
Yeah, that's illegal. You cannot
Very
kick the ball
illegal.
out of the ruck. You cannot kick the ball out of the ruck there.
A bit fortunate getting away with that, but Mauritius will opt to scratch rather than go for the line out and look for territory. And again, they're moving it down the line. They've opted for contact, which might be a mistake, as they've been found out at the breakdown area. But they still have the ball, and boot was put to ball. And there was a knock on there. I think that was a mistake by Mauritius. They should have continued with their build-up. But they put a kick through.
That should be the last play of the first half.
Referee doesn't seem to have heard the hooter.
That should be the last play of the first half. Yes, it is.
Yes, and
it will be halftime.
Halftime, and Tunisia leading 14-0.
Yeah, that should be the last play of the first half. I think the play continued so much that the center referee Stefan there forgot that the hooter had already gone, and he was enjoying himself.
Yes, he was. I think what Mauritius can take from this first half is they must keep possession. kicking away the ball just hands possession back to Tunisia, and they will take advantage of possession and score. So at present, Tunisia leading this game 14-0. They need to put more points on board to get themselves a favorable ranking. At the moment, this score is very small, and then they do not want to meet Kenya or Uganda at the next stage. So they need to fight to get more points so that they finish in the top three.
The person that is going to be worried most about the result from this game, like you said earlier, is Zimbabwe, because they need. Right now, it's a bit of a comfort zone for them. They need to have the superior points difference to be able to stay in Pool A and Pool B when the seeding is done. But I think as it stands right now, Tunisia and Mauritius, the team that surely should be more concerned is Mauritius. They've had more possession of the ball, but not that much territory. They've not been able to break behind the Tunisian defense. Tunisia, on the other hand, have had less possession of the ball, but they've been very efficient. Those two tries they've scored through their halfbacks, Ruma and Hamami. Beautiful tries, beautiful lines. I think if they can do more in the first half, more in the second half, like they did in the first half, this game is theirs to win. But they need to be very wary of Mauritius, who can hold on to that ball much, much longer.
Yes, and Mauritius just need to starve Tunisia of possession, build up the faces. They don't really have a gas man on their team, or if they do, we've not seen them in action. But if they can work their way into the Tunisia 22, because they failed to do that in this first half, then they will be able to get points on board. As it stands, Zimbabwe is currently at number 8 as per the scores of this game, and that will probably see if the results stay this way, if Tunisia pile on more points, then Zimbabwe can comfortably go through to the next stage, and they might end up meeting Uganda.
Romain Gallet to restart the second half, well gathered by Adel Barry. Adel Barry is an under 20 youngster for the Tunisian side. Well recycled there onto the backs, but then it is fumbled by Radwen Hamani. There's some space on the outside. That looked like a forward pass, and yes, it is called back by center referee Stefan. Mauritius to feed. They've advanced a free about 40 meters into the Tunisian territory.
Yeah, and this is a good attacking position for them. They've got their players lined up on the right side of the pitch, but they're just about 10 meters away from the try line. So if they can be patient with the ball, not kick it away, then they can actually close the gap and make it easier for them to get back into the game.
An infringement at the scrum there by the Tunisians. With ball in hand is Xavier Charou. He goes to the corner but runs out of real estate and is into touch. It's going to be a line out fit for the Tunisians as the Mauritians become a bit impatient.
Yeah,
as they feel the game is running away from them.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. He just needed to move the ball right where there were more numbers instead of isolating himself and in the end being pushed into touch. Tunisia, again, beautiful line out, and they opt to look for territory. They've kicked the ball down the pitch. It's collected at the halfway line.
By Etienne Ferrar, the captain. Etienne Ferrar will straighten, cuts, and sends a fend out to his opposite man, loses the ball in contact there.
Yeah, referee adjudged it as a knock-on. Players haven't heard the whistle. Okay, now they've heard the whistle and we're coming back. And again, Mauritius has handed possession over to Tunisia. And Tunisia have gotten a get-out-of-jail card at this moment in time. We have Usema Baya coming on for Tunisia, so some fresh legs at this point.
Usema Baya is also, I was in Nairobi last week, so I can recognize these youngsters by their faces. Usema Baya was also on the Tunisian squad at the under 20 Rugby Africa7s tournament, and they upset Uganda in the 6th place playoff match, and I'm very excited to see some of them here in the senior squad for the Sevens. They came straight from Nairobi to Kampala, and their team joined them here. And now let's see what this team that is well laden with youngsters will be able to do with a man advantage, as Quentin Noel is sent to the bin for 2 minutes for a cynical foul as he delayed a quick restart by Tunisia. And
Tunisia have made the call for a scrum down to lock in as many Mauritius players as possible so that they can make full use of their extra numbers. We saw at the previous scrum down, Mauritius forced a penalty against Tunisia, but that was on their own put-in. Will they be able to do the same on Tunisia's put-in?
Very good fit there by Tunisia. They shuffle the ball out wide onto Ahmed Baya. He puts the ball in one hand. He's looking for that offload. Doesn't find it. Takes the ground. Players need to roll away. Quick restart. And now Ramed Hamani cuts back inside. Finds Usema Baya. Usema Baya. Straight ball out wide to Ruhuma. There's an overlap of 2 men against 1. Tunisia surely should be able to score this one. But the cross-covering tackle is complete. Offloads the ball in contact. It's open play and turned over by the Mauritians. Very good defense against the Tunisians.
Yeah, excellent scramble defense from Mauritius. Turned over possession, and now they have the ball. They have less numbers, but we've seen in previous games where a team is down by 1 player and they still score. Mauritius slowly...
Oh! That looked like it was always going to be a dangerous pass and a dangerous tackle there, but
yeah, they were fortunate that the Tunisian player came from a way offside position, but that was a hospital pass nonetheless.
Sami Mansi penalized for coming from an offside territory as he attempted to make that huge tackle. And the Mauritians, with a man down, will need to get some breathers as the substitutions are made.
Yeah, you have Quentin Noel coming back on for Mauritius. He had been on the pitch previously, came off, now has gone back on. And they've opted for a line out to get out of their 22, a very smart choice. And they will have a line out on the 10. Xavier Charoux making his way onto the pitch, as well as Nathan Harral for Mauritius. They've got some fresh legs on now to try and offset the numerical disadvantage that they have.
Very good line-out throw by Mauritius.
Disrupted
but one
by Tunisia.
One by Tunisia. Possession has been turned over. Tunisians are in attack mode now. They have the lead, but they can put the final nail in the coffin with this play. Loose ball by Hussein Kalfi. Into touch. Now it's a line out for Mauritius. They take a long one. But that was very, very smart by Adel Barry.
Intercepted.
And now Usama Baya. He has 2 men on his outside. It's a foot race. 1v1 situation. Tries to look for the fan, Mr. Adel Barry, and loses the ball in contact. Mauritius have defended strongly here. And Adel Barry is in some fit of pain. Looks like a shoulder injury. But that's very strong defense from Mauritius.
Yeah, Mauritius's defending has got better as the game has gone on.
Yeah, but they needed to do, they need to get off the defending and they can start attacking if they need to win this game, if they need to get the good seeding for the next round of games.
Yeah, because Mauritius has had a lot of possession, but unfortunately most of the possession has been in their own half. They need to get out of their half. They need to gain territory, get into the Tunisian half, and then score points. And time is running out for them.
As Adel Barry gets some medical attention, the hoots are for the final, for the clock sounds, and that will be the scrum. The ensuing scrum will be the last play of this match. Too late for Mauritius to come back, but Tunisia can lock it out with more points or denying Mauritius a chance at scoring against them.
So this will be the last scrum of the day.
Of the round, because we still have a full day's action.
Last scrum of the game, rather.
We still have 2 days of African7s action here at Chadon Rugby Club. But let's get the final scrum of this match, of the final match of the first round.
And once again, Mauritius have won a penalty at the scrum. They will just be scoring a try for pride. They don't want to come out of this game with 0 points. Some nice running by Quentin Noel. won a penalty. And
now,
it's a quick, the referee has
quick
brought him
restart.
back from the
But
quick
you need to take
restart.
your mark. Someone's going to the bin for sure here, I think. For cynical play, I think. Oh, some caution there for Quentin Noel. Yeah, and possession is turned over. That was a bit of unnecessary contest at the breakdown. Tunisia, all they have to do is quick tap that ball, send it into touch. But is that decision that they are going to do? They are going.
They're going for points.
For more points.
They know they need the points. They know these points are not enough to get them a good ranking, so they want to use the last moments of the game.
I can't believe what Adem Grammy has just done. He hands the ball, free possession, into the hands of Alexis Mera. Alexis Mera will sprint in the middle to score Mauritius' consolation try, but that's unbelievable from
very, very strange from Tunisia. And they have reduced their points difference even more to land them an even worse ranking than they were in previously. But Zimbabwe will breathe a sigh of relief because the points difference is still inferior to theirs. So Zimbabwe will comfortably go through as the best loser.